An artist is typically a being that is filled with so much passion, love, or pain for certain lands, people, ideas, or images that all they can do with the overflow is bleed it out by creating. And with this type of art, the energy will be shifted from the depths of them and into the depths of the audience to be felt. It is a transference, an intimacy. It is to touch and awaken another human in a place they hadn't known was aching or sleeping. Both are open, both are nourished, both are transformed. January 20th, 2015. What I had to eat today: one can of sliced pears. Confused about where I'm going. New job is cool. Coworkers are cool. New painting looks alright. Focus in on it. Painting tomorrow for work, 13th and Sampson, 9 a.m. We use a material called Nova Gel, and it's basically like matte medium, but it's a lot thicker. And you roll it on the back, and you roll it onto the surface of the building, and then you like scrape it out. You basically you glue it on, basically. How long do they say it lasts for? Like 25 years?
Probably 25 years.
25 years, yeah, it'll last on the wall, which is pretty good. Yeah, that's just a little reference sheet. This is just to make it so we know which colors they are easier. It's almost like a paint by number. When it gets like this large, it's almost like a paint by number, to make it simpler for us, you know what I mean? Okay, so this is the layout of the mural. We need to finish them off in these sections. When we're done, we'll X them off. And I'm working on this sheet right here, 113B. Malachi's working on that one, and Tosh is on this, I think. I think she's working on that one. Yeah. We get to, I'm almost finished it too. When we're finished, we'll bring it out to the vault, and then we'll get a new sheet and start over until it's finished. My name is Austin Basile, and I guess what I do for a living is paint. Like, maybe I'll take a class on something that I want to learn instead of going straight to college for something and then realizing I don't want to go to college for that, you know what I mean? Most forms of art that you'd be interested in that you don't know how to do, you could learn from another artist instead of going to college for it. You like somebody that you aspire or that inspires you, not to, somebody like Banksy or some shit, like somebody else, like a local artist that does something, maybe like a screen printer or a photographer. Like, you ask them what they're doing, hey, can I come into your studio for a little bit and check out what you do, you know what I mean? It's like you just ask another artist to teach you. Like, I don't know silk screening that well. I was going to ask Malachi to teach me because he knows how to burn all the screens. I'm like, all right, well, I go to take a class for this. I'll pay money when I can ask my friend. We can chill out, drink a couple beers, and he can teach me how to do this, you know what I mean? Not making money sucks. It scares the fuck out of me. I always need a job. Mural Arts is cool because they pick up in the nice weather, but the winters are like so rough. I have to find my own work. I'm like trying to support myself by selling my artwork, and I don't show anyone my artwork, so I don't sell any of it. So I'm like starving in my bedroom. Like, yeah, no. Starving scares me. Not making money doesn't scare me. Starving does. Like, as long as I can eat, and have a roof over my head, I'm chilling. Like, the beginning of last year, I was having a difficult time living with myself, and I hated myself, and I hated everyone in the world, and I didn't want to be friends with anyone, and I started doing heroin, and I started seeing a heroin addict, and I got pretty heavy in the game, and stopped painting, stopped doing everything I cared about, stopped doing everything I loved, just to get dope, and it killed me. And like, watching someone shoot up into their neck is a struggle, you know what I mean? And then you're like, oh, when's my turn? You know what I mean? Like, that's a fucking struggle. When you're like looking at her and you're like, oh wait, when's my turn? You know what I mean? I end up in that middle of the struggle. I'm like, self-hatred starts seeping in. I try to kill myself. I do enough heroin to overdose. I obviously didn't do enough, and a week later I was drugged and raped. And yeah, about this time last April, I was drugged and raped. Woke up in his basement, cigar burns on my body, bleeding. Like, I'm like, how the fuck did I get here? You know what I mean? A week later, I go visit my family in Oklahoma, and a week after that, I go to rehab in Los Angeles. And rehab was actually the first time that I picked up my paintbrush again. Even though I had been working with mural arts through that experience, that was the first time I actually picked up my own work again. And I started painting the landscape that was outside of this rehab facility I was in up in San Bernardino County, up in the mountains. And ever since then, I attribute painting to saving my life off of drugs. I haven't touched a dope since, and I've been working on my own work since then. It just like it changed something inside of me. It woke like a new spirit that this new. I couldn't express myself with words in my paint. Like, the paint expressed how I felt. You know what I mean? So like, I realized I didn't have to speak to people with language. I could like speak to them through my paintings. You know what I mean? So. Monday, November 10th, 6:45 a.m. Woke up in the hospital, hooked up to machines, heart beating. Wake up call. Create something and stop destroying yourself. You got me where you want me, but I ain't all there. My head is torn, my brain is fried, and now I'm standing here. I've ruined everything I've ever loved. My life is falling apart. Hold on to the things that mean the most to you. Be happy, joyous, and free, always. Don't lose track of your time and your cause. This was 4 days before my birthday. Mural Arts is not, they're not working during the winter, so I don't have a job, and I'm like trying to feed myself, and I end up running out of my last bit of money because I spent it all on paint. And like the entire month of December, I was literally starving and having to steal baby food from the Acme just to eat, like stealing ramen and baby food just to eat. And I was like, there was one point where I was like painting a canvas, and I'm like, I just finished painting my canvas, and I pick up my baby food, the one thing I'd eaten all day, and I like look at my painting, and as I'm eating my last scoop of baby food, and I'm like, this is where I make my career. And I'm like about to start crying because I'm like so hungry, and I'm like eating this last drop of baby food. It was so depressing. I never ever want to be there again. I was part of the Mural Arts program when I was 12 years old. My old teacher, Brad Carney, was amazing. I ended up running into him after 10 years, and I think that's something you could only do in a small city, and he throws me back into the Mural Arts program after 10 years of not doing it. And he's like, hey, do you want to help me teach this class? And I'm like, hell yeah. And then that's how I got back in. And I think it was completely because of Philadelphia. Like, me being a part of the Mural Arts program of Philadelphia when I was younger got me the job with them again. 10:30 p.m., June 2nd, 2014. 5 days in rehab, 15 days sober. Suppressed feelings are coming back. Stay positive and be healthy. Only you can keep you sober. I feel good. My skin is flushing. What I feel when I'm painting, really, like if you've seen my pieces, it'll come out differently with every piece. A different emotion feeds into my pieces. Different thoughts. Maybe we'll just write something down in the middle of a canvas. I've spit on my canvases before. I've thrown cigarettes on my canvases. I've stabbed through shit before. Like I throw all of myself into it. I come home, there's paint everywhere. There's paint in my bed. There's paint on everything. You know what I mean? Like, I literally paint everything in my life. And all my emotions are there. All my words that I can't say are there. What worries me is how I may never make it as an artist, and then I'll have to find some other job that I may not ever want to do. And like, I love what I do now, and I wouldn't want to work at a McDonald's or work at some deli feeding somebody some coffee that I want to spit in because I hate all those people. You know what I mean? Like, fuck. Like, I wouldn't want to do that. Like, I love where I am right now. 55 days sober. Left treatment now, back in the airport. Going home today. Ontario. Excited to leave, nervous about home, one day at a time. Treatment was tiring. The people were annoying and stressful. Excited to get paid again. New tattoo in the works. Hungry for something other than I try not to future trip. I don't want to always be thinking about my future, even though my past is what built me. All I am is a present. Like, I'm not promised tomorrow. Like, tomorrow, fuck, I'm not promised 2 hours from now. You know what I mean? Like, why am I gonna worry about what's happening in 3 months when I don't even know if I'm gonna make it to next week? You know what I mean? Like, I think about my future, but I don't let it trip me up. I like to live day by day. Time is fleeting. Our existence on this planet and in this universe. Yesterday is gone, and no matter how hard you try, it is never coming back. Learn from your mistakes. Let them let you grow instead of diminish. Relapse has taken its first toll. Learn from it and push forward. We are a gracious bypasser in this existence and time. Enjoy your time because it is fleeting. The world is a beautiful thing, one breath at a time. Sit down and listen to the world around you. Listen at it as it goes by, and you, a humble passenger, only sitting, just along for the ride. Life is a fragile piece of stained glass, easily broken and not easily repaired. Sobriety is a wonderful thing.